Guys, before we get going, you know what it is. We got to give a huge shout out to our Patreon subscribers. Thank you to Tony, Starla, Luke, Jacob, Jeff, Adam, Chuck, and Justin. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. As we always say, you guys help make this engine run. You guys are the best. And listen, if you want to become a Patreon member, get ad-free episodes over there. Throw $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 out of face. Whatever it is that you want. Come help support this silly show that Luke and I love to do for you guys. But enough about that stuff. Guys, episode 173 about to get underway here. We're talking about... we're going to go back and talk about the buyout a little bit. We're also going to be talking about how rumor is SurePost with the post office doing the final mile is going to be back with us. Also, we should have talked about this last week, but we're getting around to it this week, and that is the UPS trucks are finally going to have AC in them. AC is getting put into UPS trucks. We're going to talk about that a little bit. Also, we're going to reminisce back on COVID. Because, you know, what a great time that was. And trunk or treating back then into COVID times. Also, the question of the week was a fun one as well. Guys, we got 173 about to get underway. You ready? We're ready. Here we go. We got to this one address. I said, this one goes around back. He went around back. Boom. Drove off. Yep. Left them right at the stop.
That was after getting hit by a car.
Wait, you got hit by a car?
I ended up drinking 24 Bud Lights in about 48 minutes. Drunken nomad stumbles out in the road and he hit me going 30 miles an hour.
What's up, everybody, and thank you for joining us on another episode of All in the Delivery. This is episode 173. We're about to get this one underway, but you know what we got to do? We got to go say hi to my co-host, your co-host, down in West by Virginia. Come here and let me fucking see ya.
Fuck.
Luke, how are you, buddy?
Brother, I'm doing good, and I feel like we can talk about the week of how it's been because we didn't bring it up next episode, but as we record, it's just after Halloween, and as you listen to this, it'll be just after Halloween, and it was the work week was a little tough. I didn't have to deal with weather like you did, but man, it was getting cold, and not cold, but just when it's windy and a little rainy, cold enough to where it's fucking cold. And so basically, just to throw the Halloween part of it, I'd had days left. I tried to get a personal day, got denied. Tried to put an 8-hour request in and got denied. And I've always said, and I mean, it's been documented on a lot of previous episodes, you know, I've got a good relationship with my management and everything. And I knew that they were aware that I wanted to get, and you know, they're aware that I have a 3-year-old, and we had a lot of people on vacation and people that took personal days, and you know, 8 hours requests are done after October. So everybody, you know, so I understood, but I was curious because I didn't know how shorthanded we were going to be. And when I left, so Willow went as a UPS driver for Halloween.
Amazing.
She wanted to go as her dad, and I didn't try to fight it much. I said it to her at the beginning. Are you sure you want to do that? She was absolutely. It was when I went back from vacation, like about a month ago, and she just was. As soon as I went back, she told her mom that she wanted to be a UPS driver for Halloween. So and it's still. I mean, I was happy, but I was like, happy but sad at the same time, but like prideful. I'm like, that's nice. It just makes me feel like she loves her dad as much, as I love her. And this is what ends up being funny. And I shouldn't say funny because I know in a lot of other centers, the way this went could have been the total opposite because, we don't have a 9-to-5 job, but I know I go in, I'm getting ready to go in and, I kind of, I tell Willow that she knows I'm going to work. And I said, I'll be home. I said, I'll be home for trick or treat. I said, I promise. And then when I said I promise, she was like, oh, like her face lit up. Like she knew, she's like, oh, okay. And then like knew I was going to be home. So right then, like, dude, I wear my heart on my sleeve. And when I was leaving, I've like Ashley, we were kind of laughing about it because I was like, I'm going to fucking cry my eyes out. And I did for a minute. And I was like, my eyes are all red and poofy. They're just going to be like, dude, what the fuck's wrong with you? Be like, I'm crying in the car. But I didn't cry that long. But dude, that one got me. And I was sitting there like, man, I've got to I was ready to work as unsafe as possible, just pedal to the fucking metal. I was like getting mad because I'm thinking, man, I hope, but I was dispatched pretty good. Like I didn't have an 8-hour request day, but I had a pretty light day. Like I had less stops. Like they were aware, like the neighboring route to me had more stops. And I had like 15 less than I had the previous day. And it was like, so it worked out. And I was hyping myself up for nothing. But I was hoping they would do right by me, and they did. So I have no complaints here. I don't know if Justin, if you ever listen to any of these episodes or not, but I'm glad that that the dispatch was good. Because I'm not one of them people that go in and fucking look and they're like, what's this? Why am I doing this? I'm not one of them. I never fucking have been. So I was just, it's almost like the nonverbal communication. They knew, and like I said, they knew that I obviously wanted to be done, as most parents do when their kids are young, for stuff like this that are in our field. So yeah, I mean, we went trick-or-treating. It was really good. It's about your daughter's costume. I know, right? I didn't violated uniform standards, but they're pretty loose on that these days. But back in the day, she might have got nailed. She might have got nailed for the jacket. It wasn't UPS issued, but nah. Halloween was good. Trick or treating was good. The week was good for me, brother. So I was happy.
Good, yeah, dude. The Halloween was great, and it's just one of those days. I feel like everybody that has kids, whether you got denied the 8-hour, denied the day off, like you're on. I feel like everybody's just on their horse, like that day. Everybody's just wanting to get done, get back in time, go out trick or treating with their family and stuff. So, I was one of those people that were on their horse this past Friday, and I was not on the new route yet. I did win the bid. They're just, waiting to put me on there and make sure that they have coverage for the route that I'm leaving. All that, but I mean, it was a great time, dude. My son was Mr. Met. My oldest Xander was Mr. Met. We made him a Mr. Met costume. It was his head was made out of paper mache. So the Mr. Met's got the big baseball head, and that was amazing. And I mean, it was a hit. Everybody loved it. People wanted to take pictures and stuff like that of his costume, and he absolutely loved it. So that was good. My youngest Grant, he wanted to be one of the characters from that K-pop Demon Hunters show that's on Netflix. It's like the new rage now. This K-pop Demon Hunters movie on Netflix. If you don't know about the song Golden, you might be living under a rock. But I
must be living under a rock. But
come on, really?
Maybe I've heard it. I don't know. I don't think I have.
Oh my god! I bet you if you put it on, Willow would probably be like hooked.
Oh, is it bad?
But like, I didn't like it at first, but it kind of grows on you. And not gonna lie, the music is pretty fire. The soundtrack to that is pretty banging. So, but so my youngest Grant went as one of those characters from that movie. He's obsessed with it. They actually brought it back to theaters, and we're going to see it in the movie theaters tomorrow. Or they're not back in theaters. I don't think it was ever in theaters. I think Netflix just released it, but now it's going to theaters to make more money. So we're going tomorrow with the entire family to go and see K-pop Demon Hunters at the movie theater tomorrow. So, but yeah, no, Halloween was awesome. It was great. And yeah, dude, the past week, can't complain. I mean, it pissed down the rain. Past
that
Thursday,
one day,
man.
dude. Yeah, it was Thursday.
And it's still very windy. It was windy last night. We had strong winds last night during Halloween and trick-or-treating and just like wild. And it's still a little windy out right now too. But, you know, hey, man, we're surviving. Gearing up now as we're recording this. It's November 1st and gearing up for the holiday season, man. You know, that's...
Yeah, and I will say, you know, I might have. You always pick up the pace, but try to work as safe as you can. But it's tough sometimes. Can't follow the methods all the time when you're trying to get done. I don't give a shit. I'll say it. I was going to say, keep yourself in trouble, but man, yeah. Sometimes you just gotta. We were jokingly saying, like, October 31st will be a day for us that they'd be like, well, look at your production on this day. Why can't we have this every day kind of thing? But no, Dave didn't mention this in the docs, but I gotta say this because this was a fun. I thought about when we were talking on the phone about this. I was like, this would be a fun thing just to share. Plus, that we're live now too. It's kind of funny because I'm not sure who else in here, but if they see it, I've always kind of like, I see clips of podcasts more than anything, more than listening to them. But then I'll see certain clips that pop up, and I'm like, I gotta check this out and listen to it. So to summarize this, Jason Williams, who is a retired NBA basketball player, and he has played. He's from West Virginia, and his name was White Chocolate, one of the fucking best passers you could find. And but anyway, he said Patrick Beverley, who is also a recently retired NBA player, has this podcast on Barstool, and he was basically saying that the WNBA, that the Las Vegas Aces could beat bench players from the NBA. So Jason Williams took it a step further and said the 1994 DuPont Panthers, or whatever they were called. And he also had Randy Moss on this team. And Randy Moss was a freak athlete, so I'm not going to discard what he's saying. But basically, they started getting in an argument about that. And I'm not saying of the high school basketball team, but I told Dave, I said, I got to use this as an example to say. Because I feel like this debate is beginning. It's not really a debate, but this topic gets brought up more and more and more in basketball, and with this push to make the WNBA more popular. And I want to say before I say anything about this is that I haven't fully embraced the WNBA. I have a daughter who likes playing basketball, you know, as much as a 3-year-old would. I'm stoked about that. I've been paying attention. I fucking enjoy watching it. It's not that I fucking don't like the WNBA. I'm not Jason Williams here that said he didn't like it. I actually do like it. But this comparison that people are trying to push with certain players and say, so I basically told Dave on the phone, we're both about roughly 6 feet tall. I'm like 6'1", and you're what, 5'11", 6 foot? Is that right?
Yeah.
So... Okay, so
6 feet on a good day.
6 feet on a good day. So yeah, I might be 6'1" and a fourth on a good day. But we'll. I said 2-on-2 basketball. We'll just say Asia Wilson, who is the reigning MVP and now the defending champion on the Las Vegas Aces, and Caitlin Clark, who is probably the most famous, well-known WNBA player at this point. Dave and I'm 40. Dave's almost 40. We haven't picked up a basketball. We both played. A little, you know, we would play 2-on-2 against Asia Wilson and Caitlin Clark. And this is where I feel like these debates go south, is because there are people like, these are still professional basketball players. If we played 100 games of 2-on-2, Dave and I, against Caitlin Clark and Asia Wilson, played a 10-by-1s, 1s and 2s, half court, we would get smoked 100 games. We would get beat 100 fucking games. That being said, I feel like we would be able to score a couple points in 100 games here and there to where we're not getting shut out every single game. Now, I'm not going to go into detail with it because I think people that know this, Asia Wilson's 6'4", she'd be a problem. But if I got the ball in the post against Caitlin Clark for a second, I feel like in 100 games I could fucking make a couple shots because I'm a little bit taller than she is and got about 60 pounds on her. Now, if we play NBA players in 2-on-2 100 games by 1s and 2s, and we use, say, the reigning MVP right now, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who was 6'3", and say Victor Wembanyama, Anthony Davis. I mean, Victor Wembanyama is 7'5". He might be able to beat us by him. He would beat us by himself. I'm saying we might not be able to score 100 games with two of us against just that fucking guy. And I don't know, man. Like, it's starting. I just can't. Like, I don't think that this. I don't feel like this is going to help because there's going to be people that say chauvinistic shit to not give respect to it. My point of this is Dave and I are two dudes that don't play basketball. We played when we were younger, but don't, and you're talking about the best players in the world. Even on the bench, they're like the top 200 players in the world. And you're like, come on. Dude, they would. I love the progress the WNBA is making, but the Las Vegas Aces would get absolutely fucking smoked by NBA bench players. And I just wanted to, I didn't want to go in long about that, but that's been on my mind since we talked about it on the phone. And I wanted to throw it in on this episode because it's so fucking fresh. This was like Thursday. I think when the rain was pissing down on you, this information was pissing in my mind because I saw this clip on my lunch break and I was like, I gotta listen to this podcast. So for some basketball related topic, there you go. Think about Asia Wilson, Caitlin Clark. You ever want to set this up, man? I think we could score a couple points on you guys in 100 games. Anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like it's so funny because like all I heard was that you talk about this. I've never seen this video. I've never seen the video that you're talking about in this clip from this podcast. It's so funny, just the algorithms. Like, because I would never get NBA stuff on my algorithm. I would never get basketball stuff probably on my algorithms. So it's like, you would see it, I wouldn't. So, but then when you told me about it and you were talking about it, and we were talking about it on the phone, I was like, yeah, that kind of doesn't make sense. Like that dude, I was just like, no, buddy.
Nah, man, that's the best. I mean, yeah, those are pros, dude. Like,
yeah,
that's another podcast episode in itself because that could be. I feel like there's a lot of shit. I would say the only thing I'll end on this in, I feel like the only thing we could realistically get something where it'd be as evenly matched as possible, wouldn't be very popular because it's a combat sport, but is either MMA or boxing because they do have weight classes where people are the same weight, and like I'm just saying like. Asia Wilson's not scoring on Anthony Davis if they're playing for real. But some 150-pound female, I think, could have a shot of tapping. I mean, anyway, like I said, that's a whole nother podcast episode. But
to continue though with the Halloween theme, Luke and I were talking about trunk or treat, and Luke was like, I think you were talking with a customer. Actually, and I was on the phone and you guys were talking about like how since when did trunk or treat really become a thing, and I think it was back when COVID happened, and that's when they were like, that's really when trunk or treat really took off because people could just all be outside. Everybody could be outside, and you could just kids can get their candy, not having to go up to people's houses and stuff.
I thought about that though, and I didn't look it up, so I really don't know. But I started thinking that it may have even went beyond that and even been before COVID, because I feel like when COVID first happened, it still would have been not popular to even have a trunk or treat because people, it got so fucking wild in the beginning. I mean, people were running away from us delivering, but that was I didn't, but true. I started thinking about that for real, and I think they still had them. I know they still had them, but I thought about it. I was like, I don't know, but it's one of those things. If you're looking it up or seeing an origin, I don't know. I don't have my phone right beside me, but I felt like it was even beyond 2020. But COVID's just one of them things, we just can't see. We'll just be bringing it up, and then somebody somewhere is probably just so excited to talk about COVID and all the I mean, dude, the only thing that I like to talk about when I think about it is how fucking wacky shit was, in the sense of just people making I was.
Okay.
What is it? What do you got? What do you got?
I got it, and it absolutely makes sense. You ready?
Yeah.
It says, trunk or treat originated in the 1990s as a safer alternative Halloween activity, with early mentions appearing in the mid to late 1990s, and it was started by, ready, churches and community groups to provide a controlled and secure environment for children to collect treats, which gained wider popularity in the 2000s.
That makes sense, because I was trick-or-treating in my young years before the mid-90s, and I'm telling you right now, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Let's
go. We just went.
My dad will probably deny this, but sorry, Dad. It's like my two neighbors. One was a year older than me, and the other was like 2 years older than me. So I would have been like 6. Call it like we got like a 6, 7, and 8-year-old, and I feel we just went trick or treating. We just went, yeah, totally unsupervised. Just went for hours, dude.
Yep.
What a time. Same. You imagine now, dude, nobody would fucking people would flip shit.
Not a chance.
Dude, yeah, they just let us go. Let us go fucking off into the night.
It's true. But
it was a different time.
But we got a lot of company related stuff to talk about.
We do. Tonight. We do, man.
But I mean, first, hey, shout out to you for finding this video somewhere lost in your email folders.
Oh, and, dude, the bog video.
Yeah, and that's the bog video. I mean, this had to have been episode 10, maybe, when we made this.
I don't know. It was early. I mean, yeah, Bobby was in it, so it was early. I mean, fuck, yeah, it was. I would say probably sometime in 2020. It had to have either been in the fall or maybe I don't know. Yeah. It's been a while ago.
It was
2020 or early 2021. Early 2021 at the latest.
Yeah, and I mean, what a hilarious video between everything. Between the phone call that, Bobby and I had in the video, and to your commentary, to his, his video making, which we all knew he was good at, obviously, from his previous videos he would always do. But
dude, his facial reactions worked so well with it, but I had a couple people, because when I found it, basically to say basic average, to find the basic average white guy video, I literally was going through large email files to try to see if I had shit for a financial statement for the bank. So talk about basic average white guy shit to fucking I'm just to find the fucking bog video. And I know everybody's got to do bank shit, but I was just thinking like nerdy accountant, Rick Moranis type shit. And I fucking, I just found it and put it in, and I shared it on my Facebook page, which is not like a social media page for me. It's just a personal Facebook. So some people that didn't know our stuff in the early days saw that and were dying.
And like what's like something that somebody doesn't know, like a little background, a little behind the scenes conversation that we had about making this video, because we started coming up with all the different examples that you would use to describe a basic average white guy in the video. And, help me out if I'm missing any. Here, you said, Wonder Bread. You were talking about Wonder Bread.
Yeah.
And what was the line that you said?
I said, do you eat Wonder Bread because wheat bread is too grainy for you?
Right.
But
right.
There's actually a background. Go ahead, Dale. But there's a background to Wonder Bread.
And then you mentioned I'm trying to remember all of them. The Shakira J-Lo halftime show made you uncomfortable. Did the Shakira J-Lo halftime show make you feel uncomfortable?
Do you get your haircut
at the local mall? Yeah, like basics. And then there was one. This one wasn't said, but it was talked about, and it was one that I had no idea at the time. And I said, you should say, do you get one of those barbed wire tattoos around your bicep? One of those barbed wire. Dude, and I said it. Bobby's like, I have one of those tattoos. And I was like, no, you don't. He was like, yes, I do. And he really did.
And I knew
I had no idea. I had no idea.
I knew that. So as soon as you said that, I was pissing my pants because So when I first saw, like, I feel like it was one of Bobby's first videos, and because he was one of the first people I followed on Instagram. He was like, when I made my account, it was from basically, after I'd saw him on Facebook, and then Ashley basically pushed me to make the IG account. But yeah, his like first video he did was like not a UPS related video. And I remember that because I used to look like I always did that. Like if people I'd follow, I don't really do it now, but when I first was on Instagram, I had a weird thing of like always checking people's very first post. And he had like a tank top on, and I knew that. That's all, like, steel trap memory, basic shit. Like I knew that he had the barbed wire tattoo. And when you said that, I was like, fuck, this is about to get awkward. And,
I had no idea, dude. I had no idea.
Yeah, they were basically they told me I was just thinking of the whitest shit that I could, and the Wonder Bread thing. The last one I said, if you tell the waiter to hold the spice because your stomach might not be able to handle it. That was the last one, but the Wonder Bread one I put in was actually from Weeds, the show Weeds. They it was like in the early episodes. They called Nancy Botwin had this boyfriend that was in the DEA. And unknowingly for a while, but they called him Conrad was the guy's name, dude she was with, that she worked with, and they called him Agent Wonder Bread. And so that was always like, that was what I thought, like when I was thinking of the whitest fuck thing, I was like, I can't be like, hey, Agent Wonder Bread, because all the people that saw Weeds besides. Yeah, but yeah, I had to, man. Had to throw it in there. But that was a good one to make a comeback.
Oh, dude, I was like, what is this? I loved it. Loved it, man. That was an incredible find. But man. But yeah, so to more serious stuff, to more to everything that we do here, we got quite a few UPS things to talk about, I guess.
Shit. Yeah.
So we could talk about the AC getting put into trucks. Trucks getting retrofitted with AC. So all the trucks we currently have, they're putting AC now in these trucks.
Just in time for winter.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Just
they're doing
just
it.
in time for winter. It's true.
They're doing it. They're doing it. I'll just say that.
It's true. Yeah. And so I'm going to read what the union ended up writing here, what Teamsters ended up writing. They wrote on their Instagram post here, UPS to expedite AC vehicles to hottest states. Says to help expedite delivery of 28,000 air-conditioned vehicles under the current national contract, UPS has signed a new letter of agreement with the UPS Teamsters National Negotiating Committee to begin retrofitting 5,000 package cars with air conditioning for the hottest delivery zones in the country. The Teamsters Union appreciates UPS's recognition that our members in Zone 1 need real relief from the heat, and they need it now, said Teamster General President Sean O'Brien. The rank and file at UPS are essential workers who move the American economy. The 5,000 package cars will be retrofitted with air conditioning by June 1st of 2027 and dispatched to the Teamsters' hottest delivery areas in mostly southern and southwest states. The first 2,000 vehicles readied under the agreement will be retrofitted by June 1st, 2026. So next year, June 1st, this company should have 2,000 retrofitted air-conditioned trucks. Another cool thing, too, which I saw... hold on a second. Here we go. Zone 1 applies to UPS Teamsters in Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Louisiana, Mississippi, Nevada, New Mexico, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Oregon, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Washington.
Washington State? Does it get real hot there?
Does not specify. It just says Washington.
Well,
so
yeah.
I would assume it would be the states.
I'm glad because most of these mentioned, I think all of them are hot as fuck areas. Definitely all the ones in the South, so that's good. I mean, they
also,
yeah.
Real quick too, one other thing which I want to touch on because I think a lot of us said this when the contract stuff was getting negotiated with the air conditioning and all of that. Is I think a lot of us were like, we don't need it in the cab. We need it in the back where those packages are. That's where it gets hot as fuck. And this agreement also designates that 100 package cars will be upgraded with air conditioning vented into the cargo compartment under a new pilot program to evaluate strategies for greater heat relief. This is an evolution of UPS's commitment under the 2023 National Master Agreement to ventilate cargo compartments with retrofitted air ducts. The results of the pilot program will be reviewed by the Joint Teamsters/UPS Package Car Heat Committee. So they're going to be trying them out, which, I mean, I got to applaud that because that's where it needs to be done. Mostly.
It does. We said that.
You know?
I mean,
everybody knows we're back there fucking 10 seconds looking for a package on those hot ass days. You're fucking just dripping.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't imagine being like when I always shout out Cole Murder, man, because he was always the one that had some of the craziest temperature degrees. Like, I could not imagine being in like 110 degree weather and fucking sorting shit or trying to. Thank God I got Tina. But even Tina, man, because it's like you can have the best loader in the world and shit shifts around, and even then you got to sort stuff. And even sorting stuff, it's just, dude, I mean, I couldn't imagine doing that. So, I'm glad they're doing it. It took some pressure, I guess, but it's finally
That's
whatever.
where we could go in a whole nother direction with a conversation, but let's keep this one focused, I guess.
Yeah, we will.
On this stuff, but because I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
A little bit of pressure from other things to get this moving. But here we are. So
let's talk about some buyouts. Speaking of Speaking of stuff that we're going to maybe hear about from the Teamsters, or what we did hear. Well, but speaking of the response we did get from them about something, but just to throw this out there, 2,000. The news came out and said 2,000 drivers took the buyout. So we had in a Discord, and shout out to Jet, said it was like not even 1% of the workforce. But you know what's funny here is my building, my fucking small. I mean, we're not that. I mean, there's buildings much smaller, but it's not like we're a big building. I mean, West by God, Virginia was responsible for 7 of those fuckers. So we were damn near it. Well, I mean, I was trying to think that it's still a low percentage, 7 to 2,000. I was trying to like round it. If it was 20, we would have been like at 5%, or whatever. But yes, 2,000 drivers took it, and the article that I saw, it basically was saying that it cost them $175 million, but it's cheaper than paying them their yearly. Like, it's weird how they say shit like they say like their package benefits, and I'm like, you mean what we fucking earn hourly? Like that, I don't like the fucking language they use on shit. But anyway, yeah, 2,000 took the buyout. Doesn't seem to be. I think they wanted that number to be a lot higher. So I still don't think there's going to be another one. Not next year. Are you on that? Do you think there's going to be one next year?
Maybe. There were rumors about it.
I mean, if it's that cost effective for them, then they may try it again. We'll see. I mean, they'd have to sweeten the pot, though.
Right. So we found that out, the amount of people that took it. We found that out because that was released with the news on October 28th with the quarterly earnings.
Financial statements, yes. Oh, God.
Which, UPS's quarterly earnings in quarter 3 this year in 2025, the results surpassed Wall Street expectations for both earnings and revenue. So what happened when that news got announced? The stock jumped. I'm not sure where it's sitting at now, but it jumped.
It jumped about 10%. It's a little bit lower now, but it's about $10 a share higher than it was before that, consistently staying. It's staying about 95, 96.
Right. And there's one thing I want to say, too. There's one thing that I completely hate, and that's the way that they were wording about the job cuts.
Yes.
And all that is a big one there because, they say, the company has announced deeper job cuts, reducing its operational workforce by 34,000 jobs this past year.
Yeah.
So what they fail to mention, they just make it seem like, oh, man, UPS cut 34,000 jobs. Yeah. But it wasn't just one time. It wasn't that wasn't 34,000 people from the buyout. That wasn't that. We're going back to management job cuts, too. It's all stacked on top of each other with that.
Right.
It's not just 34,000 jobs here, bam, gone. That's everything just stacked on top of each other. Just the way they worded it, and a lot of those news outlets was just like, it just happened. Like, boom, 34,000 gone. I don't know. That kind of just like, it was like, dude, don't make it sound like that. It's making it sound like Carol's getting more taps on the shoulder than she should be.
Well, I just don't like when they use it, like when they say 34,000 or 48,000 job cuts, and then they talk about how much of a positive investors look at that, and I'm like, yeah, fuck you people. Like, it's just but those are just the people. I mean, that's not just with UPS. That's any corporation or any big business that's publicly traded. I know he said it, when we were given like the prediction of all this, and I said it then, that the people that benefit the most from it aren't necessarily the people that deserve it, but they're the people with the wealth to do it and the finances to do it, and that's just the way of the world. And I'm not one of them people to fucking bitch about it constantly because it is what it is. But yeah, it didn't go like it. So it didn't move the needle as much as I thought it might, but it still moved it enough. And it's really looking like that $1 million stock share purchase on the open market's definitely up a lot from when it started. And it's only going to continue to grow.
Yep. And I'm sure we're going to blow our fourth quarterly earnings, our quarter four earnings out of the fucking water this peak season. So, which will make it go up even more. Next on the list, the final mile. UPS and USPS looks like they're going to be reaching an agreement, and or they already did reach an agreement. They just got to work out the final details. Right here it says UPS has reached UPS has reached a tentative agreement with the U.S. Postal Service to provide last mile parcel delivery for its low cost ground saver shipping service. Company officials disclosed on Tuesday patching up a relationship that ruptured in late 2024 over rate hikes. The move is part of a multi-pronged effort at UPS to reduce costs in the face of declining volumes in its domestic parcel business. UPS has a preliminary understanding on revenue and rates with the Postal Service to resume home delivery for ground savers, CEO Carol Tomei said during a briefing with analysts about third quarter results. Details of the deal are expected to be ironed out by the end of the year. So it says details are to be ironed out by the end of the year, but we heard from one of our people in our Discord. We heard from one of our members in the Discord here that said, I just heard today that we will be delivering to the post office on Monday, November 3rd.
Damn, that quick.
This Monday, if you're listening to it, are we going straight back to bringing packages to the post office for them to deliver? This Monday? Today? If you're listening? Like, that's...
Are you back at your Are you back at your post office and people are giving you dirty ass looks? Like, motherfuckers.
I mean, they probably aren't happy. I can't imagine they're happy to be getting more work.
No, I'm sure they're just thrilled. Sorry, guys. I mean, I'll say this: when we got that volume back, it came at the shittiest time for us here. Yeah, because we got caught in that snowstorm.
Yeah, but he said he heard that from his postmaster on his route.
Oh shit!
So looks like they are prepping to get more work from us starting Monday, which is funny because when we stopped delivering to them, these people had no idea. The postmasters had no idea. Like the one that I was delivering to had no idea that we were stopping.
Well, like, it just was like it was like, I don't think they really said, I think it was just an agreement they didn't come to, and they just kind of said, fuck it, and didn't really say anything, which...
That's exactly what UPS said, fuck it.
Yeah, like...
You know? But yeah, that's going to be interesting to see if that happens. See if that happens again. And
so many people at the post office are talking shit. They're like, hey, deliver all that work, get all that work back. Now you're going to be, UPS drivers are going to be whining now. I never did whine, I want to say, but
they're going to be so mad.
This is right before Christmas.
These guys get paid $45 an hour, and now they're doing less work.
This is right before Christmas. Sorry, guys and ladies from the post office, but
yeah. I gotta make this a TikTok video. I gotta make this conversation a TikTok video. That'll get everybody pissed off. Let's go.
Yeah, that'll bring them trolls out.
That'll bring the haters out. Yeah, that's right. We're going to get paid to do even more or less work now. We're going to get paid. Oh, yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
Don't get us going.
Good.
One last thing before we get into the question of the week. I just threw this in here. This is something Luke and I never discussed really. But what do you think about Saturday, December 20th, buddy?
Yeah, for the Christmas Live.
Our annual Christmas Live episode.
Yeah, I like it.
That's a Saturday before Christmas. And the little bit that we actually did talk about this, we didn't specify a date till just now. So, hey, surprise. Looks like we're going to do this Saturday, December 20th. Probably go at the normal time that we usually would, which was 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe.
Yeah, I think
is
it
when
was
we normally
10.
did it.
Yeah.
Just so we give a couple extra hours for our West Coast listeners. Yeah, so hey, I think we're playing this live here, guys. Saturday, December 20th, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be on our YouTube channel. Like, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Head over there. You can find a link in our social media platforms there and get notified for when we go live there, Saturday, December 20th. And I think we're going to leave it open for whoever wants to come on and say hello to us. We'll probably, I'll create something and I'll keep you guys updated with that here and on our social media platforms as well, on Instagram and all that. And just basically have a list, like a Google Doc, where you can add your email address or something like that. And we can get you set up with a live. And you can come in and say hi and hang out for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Cool. Question of the week, man. We're gonna have to check Instagram, Facebook, Discord for these questions of the week here. Let's start on our Discord. I think that's where we started last week. So this was a little fun question of the week that we did here, and let me read it, shall we? The question of the week this week was: if you could change one thing in the company, but not the CEO, what would it be? Because I knew everybody would say the CEO. So I had to put that in there as a disclaimer. You're not allowed to change the CEO. So let's see what some of our listeners had to say, shall we? This one comes from Greg. Greg says, bring the fucking turkey back. It's been a while since we've had turkeys. And yes, I agree. Just something so simple like that, dude, can bring up, dude, that can boost morale for your drivers. That can boost, like, you know what I mean? It's, you know, just something that simple, showing like we care about you, dude. Here's a turkey for you and your family. You know what I mean? Like, man, something so simple can boost morale.
I know.
This one here is from Jet. Jet said, I just want the company as a whole to have some goddamn lines of communication with each other. I'm so exhausted, he says.
Well, that's
I think we know. I think that happens at every building. The miscommunication between supervisors, all that. You know, we hear a supervisor tell us one thing. Next thing you know, another supervisor tells us a different thing. The communication just is not there. And I think that happens in every building.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. This one here is from Balco. Balco on Discord says, to never have gone public. All the company cares about now is our stock prices.
Hell, seems to be. I mean, so considering that every headline you saw was, hey, it's such a positive, 48,000 people lost their job for investors. I'd say he's right.
Yep. This is true. This one here is from Gimme More. Gimme More says, AC bathrooms in the trucks. Now listen. I don't know how that could happen or where they would put the bathroom. But
It'd be incredible, though.
I mean, yeah. Shit, yeah. I feel like we'd be driving like RVs around the entire, like RV size trucks around all day probably to fit that in there. But I mean, that would be absolutely incredible. That would be cool. This one here is from Robert Cochran. He just recently joined our Discord. What's up, Robert? Quickly, dude. Robert Cochran. We were talking about the bog video. This man is the man. He originated that term.
The Jim Casey
basic average
comment
guy, like basic average white guy. Like he said it to Bobby on the episode, and we just ran with it. So huge shout out to Robert Cochran, man. So glad to see you in the Discord, buddy. Robert says being able to scan the packages in the sun. 100% agree. It's just simple shit. It's just so simple. You know?
Yeah,
it's just so simple.
It is.
You know? This one here is from That Dude Luke. That Dude Luke says, require all corporate to drive one whole peak season before they can become corporate.
Oh, that'd be a fucking.
I bet you we'd have some better dyads and shit like that, probably.
That I wasn't. My head wasn't even going there, but yes, yeah, 100%.
Where was your head going?
I was just thinking about the time when I had. I'm sure he's still a supervisor. Maybe he's been gone for so long, but he was the one that I told you couldn't put chains on, and they put chains on for him. And I was on the highway, and like this dude was probably going 60, and I was seeing him flat. I was like. I'm always amazed that they didn't break off and fucking crash into somebody's windshield and cause a pile up. But anyways, yeah, it's incredible.
Now moving over to our Instagram. I'm not sure if I think we had one on Facebook.
No, I just checked. There was no. That was. Yeah, we didn't have one on Facebook.
Okay. So moving over to Instagram, this one's from SJ1011. What's up, SJ? Do we know SJ? Have you ever commented before, buddy? I don't know.
I don't think so.
But yeah, thank you for being here, buddy. SJ says, more vacation time. 2 weeks is not enough for what we do, and 10 years for a third week is crazy. Facts. 10 weeks or 10 years for a third week is a bit much. I think a lot of people were even talking about that too when the contract came around. I wonder if we'll see that. I wonder if we'll see a change in that in the next contract. This one, this one here is from Brad Moser. What's up, B-Rad? B-Rad says, be paid to stay home. Yeah. Okay. Seriously though, he says the management benefits package. So drivers would actually go into management again. So we have people who know what they're doing running the company again. Interesting thought. Instead of all these outside hires that just never ran a company. Yeah, never knows what it's like to do that work. That's good. This one here is from the Henry Film Co. What's up? The Henry Film Co. says, bring back the Dyad 5. I am not giving up hope.
Oh, dude, I wish we had the Dyad 5. I
miss that.
Oh my God. I never, I mean, it's been years now. And I still think about it weekly.
Yeah. And I mean, that kind of goes with what I said too. I mean, I said that mine would be to have a properly functional dyad without an overly sensitive touchscreen. Because, I think it happens probably 80 times a day. Where I accidentally hit it on my thumb, whatever, fucking touches something on the screen when I go to clip it onto my, dyad clip on my belt looper. It's like, it's just pain in the ass. And I mean, the raindrops too, dude. Fuck us if that thing gets wet. Forget about it. And then you end up on some screen, then your dyad freezes, and it takes forever, and it's trying to refresh, and then it gets frozen, and it's a bad time. It's a bad time. Next one is from Rocky Mountain Rots. What's up? Rocky Mountain Rots says, suspension seats, way cheaper and more effective than AC.
I mean, I'd be down for that.
Yeah, that's dope. This one here is from PNW UPS man. What up? PNW says, get rid of rural deferred. It has hurt our reputation as the best customer service in the industry.
Yeah, it has.
Yep. That is very, very, very true.
Yes, it is.
Next one is from Gibby the Greek. What up? Gibby says, it's so tough to narrow it down to one single thing, but if we could go back to 99 and have the company not go public on the stock market, it would change 100 things. Everything from the quality of our service to the morale of our employees, and the ridiculous over-dispatching would all be much improved if we weren't on a constant quest to satisfy the shareholders. Well said.
Very well said.
Very, very well said. It's from here, the last but not least, this one's from Zach Pisk. What up, Zach? Zach says, get rid of Orion and let the drivers deliver the routes the way that works best for them. Bid route drivers know their routes better than anyone. Facts.
Very true, Zach. I know. I've always, and that's been said in my building for a year. Yeah, Zach is a part of the best. I've always said we would go if we needed Armageddon, just bring our building along. That crater would crash right in the earth pretty soon. That's all good.
Yep.
Well said, Zach.
Yeah, thank you to everybody that commented on that one, on this past question of the week. We appreciate you guys.
Yes, we do.
I think that's going to wrap this one up, buddy.
Yep.
What do you think?
I think we're good.
Awesome. Guys, also, come join the Discord. Come join us over there. You guys, we've got all these channels over there for all these fun things. We're a good time, like I've always said. Everybody's awesome. If you have work questions, you can ask the questions in there. We got a work questions channel in there. Everyone's very friendly for the most part. A few jokesters, but that's what you expect out of us, right? So come hang out with us. You can find that link in the description of this episode and the episode notes. Also, like I mentioned at the top, the Patreon family. Come help support this little silly show Luke and I do and get ad-free episodes over there. Everybody, hope y'all are staying safe here. Hope y'all had a great Halloween. Get ready. Thanksgiving's coming up. My birthday's coming up. Hell, Luke's birthday's coming up. Ashley's birthday's coming up.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit, man. There's a lot of shit.
Boy, dude. What a great time of the year. Guys, be safe out there, all right? I'm Dave, my co-host Luke. We'll see you all next week.
Later, everybody.